Right. Office of Northamptonshire in England, that is. Office of Northamptonshire Crime Correction. Done and Bradstreet.co.uk, I put in the description, is a website you can look at no matter what country you're in for everything it's business and commerce. Office of Northamptonshire Crime and Office of Northamptonshire Police and Crime Commissioner Office, Dun and Bradstreet, company number 222652721. West Northamptonshire Council, because they changed in 1st of April 2021. I've got all these printouts for a long time now. This matter is a civil matter. In England, a civil matter is actually closed. It relates to an offer from years ago. It's called in Glasgow. Again, it's a company, it's business. Years go back on this channel. An offer, my counterclaim offer and rejection, of course, like dishonour, was 21st Monday of 6, 2021, delivered 28th 6, 2021. Have all the paperwork and reason why I can't accept the offer of payment, but there isn't any monetary system in supply. When you work out how the banking system works in England and in parts of the world, numbers on computer. Yeah, it's a civil matter and the offer contract. Now, my rejection, because I studied since 2012, maritime law, contract law, trust law, did I say common law? And statute law versus common law, of course, statutes and acts. Now, when I produced the evidence of Ministry of Justice Limited, a limited company, head office in Petty France, London, got those documents too. The old version from various sources. There's a website I put in, hi Tanya, they've got the police van outside, intimidation tactics right now. Hence this quotation of this evidence. Now, these agents working across the road, called West, used to be years ago, before they failed me, West Northamptonshire Council, opposite where I live in the UK, it's a limited company. And the CEO now used to be on the Adult Health Social Care Department. She knew at the end of 2018, and I found out 2019 to date, certain individuals from March 2017, before what I know now, had set me up on a mental health card. There's a van yesterday in the car park. The East, I got the printout for that too. The East NHS England is a limited company, head office in Leeds. I've got printouts of that. And I've just got documents to hand just in case they're breaking my flat right now. On false assumptions, whether it's a welfare check, whether it's pushing agendas. Northamptonshire Adult Social Services Limited Company officially dissolved on the 31st of July 2018. Any offer new contract, which I was led to believe was happening throughout end of 2017, year 2018, I found out with shock that the private company, all my documents was produced of evidence of the fact, and still on some of their documents they post within and standardised in this area, not just my subject I'm talking about today, but they keep putting, which is fraudulent use of Northamptonshire County Council Limited Company, but they've actually folded officially on the 1st of April 2021. So yeah, I have all these documents repetitively. All this goes back to 2005 and NK Ultra setups. So I have documents of what's called of England. I'll read your comment in a minute, Tanya. How are you? LGSS Law Limited, company number 090674468. And across the road from me, they have a head of finance, a deputy 151 officer. I've got the printout of the company document. The head office is Cambridgeshire, England, and that's the one that's pushing the mental health card. So, the breach of oath office, the assumptions, cohesion. Nothing stops, does it, with this program? Right, the CEO of Ministry of Justice is Susan Ackland-Hood, Head Office in London, CEO of CICA Criminal Injuries Compensation Limited in Glasgow, in Scotland, in England, or Great Britain, is Gordon Brown. And when I sent all my responses up until when I got one over, my fiscal reduction, my health was the only point of call. Basically, my document is this. This is not a letter, it's not a threat, it's just a notice to serve upon the doctrinal notices and correspondence, the DPA, Data Protection, GDPR, 2008, Data Subject Access, DSAR. Any failure to respond, this will be met with a complaint against your private company agents. And basically, it sets out another lockdown. Very tired. Sorry to hear that. So, the presumption about on the 22nd of March this year, 2021, to imply I'm not working with agents of these offers of private limited companies. Oh, privately funded, by the way. And they're made, they call it case management decision online, knowing full well from the year 2005, 2011 stopped up until 2000. Well, they stopped corresponding to oneself. So I did my best from the strokes. I had a physical reduction in my health up until 2015. So 2011 to 2015, lack of response. That's 5 years. And the only agents only reopened the matter when housing company I rent this flat from and others related to my medical goods and services wanted to get me out of the flat. It's been like this for years, but it's got more intense. Beginning of, end of 2018 and 19. They wanted to push me into a care environment not of my choice, without my consent. I never consented to move out because this housing company, Hengate Limited, nationally, head office in Newcastle, in England, and it is there especially with the demonic side, are behind blocking all repairs to my bathroom, so it deteriorates over the years. I've taken photos. You don't get any help or support at all. No matter who you go to in this targeted program in England, I don't know what it's like in different parts of the world. So to imply of they've used national connections and Freemasonry, their links, their contacts to drum up this on top of everything else. It has a big implications in my private life, and this dragging in other companies, public funded, to imply I'm not working with people, to imply I'm unable to make a decision now. Oh, they're concerned about, they're making assumptions, you know, presumptions in my private life. So the document, again, I did affidavit or full rebuttal of all the points, as I said before. This is additional. So this last document was delivered 28th of 6, 2021. So it just asked requirements, list of questions, provide the signed contract that I agreed. Yeah, because they're a new company now. West Northamptonshire Council Limited. So provide full disclosure, full contract, terms, conditions, and offer services before I take, because I provided the Dun and Bradstreet number, the evidence, the documents. It's all fraudulent. And how many pages was it? They take their notice, don't they? But provide the offer and the evidence of British Medical Council Association Limited Company and the Social Work of England Limited Company. The numbers of all of their agents, i.e. assessors, and their selves in called, as I said again, Social Work England. The BMA numbers, because they all need, all men and women, whatever work industry they're in, they need to be part of these companies and get their numbers and pay a fee for the year to be able to work in their job capacity. For anybody claiming they have access anywhere here in England, it's not the fictional corporate UK, which is a foreign offshore bankrupt country since 1931. If you research the gold back standards, the greenback, the gold reserves, in 1931, the financial crash, what happened there, because they're dealing with corporations. So provide evidence. It's just a list of questions. Provide the evidence. That UK, which is a corporation, listed on the Security Exchange Commission, Washington, D.C., USA. And so a lot of these public servants, right, wouldn't have a clue. This is all typed. They wouldn't have a clue because of their mindsets. I just added a very important part about provide full disclosure of meeting of the minds that I have given you my full and equal consideration in order for there to be valid contract agreement between us by normal post only by Tuesday 13th July 2021. It didn't come by, but Royal Mail PLC, their agents working in England, do stop tampering with my mail. And it says, confirm immediately in writing that you have stopped all your unlawful processing of my data in relation to the GDPR by your agents formerly known as Northamptonshire County Council Limited, who were the agents in 2017, 18, 2019, where I first have evidence, first-hand knowledge. I have responded to your previous offers, May 2019, July 2019, and then until I found the report and had of April 2019, which shows the evidence and comments and facts of the breach of duty of care during what I was meant to be offered 2018. And reference to my private life was made, and the comments made on the 10th of March 2019 by the agent. It's called Susan. She lied untruths about me to other national public servant agents on the 22nd of March 2021. That's led to the assumptions about my private life to date, where I made the full rebuttal to those claims. Confirming in writing that you will never process my private personal data now or any time in the future without having obtained my express written informed consent in advance. Note, be advised that any further unsolicited communications, whether it's trespass from private dwelling to my private body, forced entry, texts, phone calls, letters, my fee schedule set out below, shall be considered as acceptable, which are follows. I set out the fee schedules. Letter received £3,000. Reply to the letter received, including rebuttal, required £6,000. Text, call, email, text, electronic communications, £8,000. Purse or tenants of, that means trespass, of employee, £1,200. Any actions performed by myself that results in sanctions or stopping of any entitlements causing the harm, loss or injury to myself is £10,000 per day. So the notice pursued is under the Statute Act, Data Protection 1998, Section 10, a right to pursue my rights granted by that Section 10. Statute Act, I hereby give you notice, and you must, within the time period prescribed, permanently cease and desist all processes of data of which I am the subject, and if you do not handle the data notices for your company, pass it on to your agent within that department that does. The meaning of the notice, and it goes into details again. And I'll make a reference again. My grounds for giving you the notice. Process of personal data to you is caused and is likely to be causing substantial damage of myself, misleading information to third parties. It has happened in May 2019, and on Monday the 22nd, the 3rd, before that as well, and 22nd of March 2021, that caused me harm, unlawful misinformation of my healthcare, private life, housing, to the agents, Criminal Injuries Compensation Authority, Limited Company, Ministry of Justice, a limited company, its agents. And unlawful misleading. Okay. And the process of my personal data by you, it's unlawful as you do not have my consent. The processing of data is unlawful as I do not have a contract. The process of my personal data is unlawful as you do not have any lawful obligations that apply to your corporation, your company. The processing of my personal data is unlawful as it's not necessary for you to protect my vital interests. In any case, the damage or distress is unwarranted, unlawful, and that causes implied question in my the mental health, medical health by agents. Just quoted the dates: May, June 2019, year 2020, 2021, and I said ongoing, and then the other dates are mentioned. There is no exception from the provisions of Section 10, Data Protection Act, Statute Act 1998 in England. You are not excused in compliance with this notice under the provision of Section 10.2. I'll go on to the virtue of that and the reasons set out below. And this is West Northamptonshire Council Limited Company agents, so Hub 1. They all work in tangent together now. So therefore, I return the invitation with the two letters, state that they have no lawful obligation to which you must comply and which would permit you to process my data. There's no lawful processing undertaken by you to be undertaken to protect my vital interest. In any event, you have 21 days receiving this notice to give me notice in writing. If you have complied with revision, I can get a response by that date. So just keeping these pages intact together. Lastly, yeah, I've tried. I am, Tanya, warning, consequences of failure to comply with this notice. Should these agents fail to comply with the provision of the notice, I reserve absolute right to obtain further without reference to, i.e. these public servants, the agents, and via their use of statute law, to use Yeah, it's basically go on and on. I sent the warning, no lawful discussing, there's yeah. Yeah, Tanya. Just trying to rest up at the moment. They put bugs at my bloody flat door. At the end. Yeah, so there's this quotation. On the 1st of April 2021, this, as I said, the company set up. They're intending to commit a tort against me. It's a position of fraud from July 2018 up to the 1st of April 2021, and it's implied as a null and void agreement. They're banging all the doors all around where I am right now. As you're an agent, intent now to attempt further fraud sanctions against my private life. It's further implied on the 16th of the 6th, 2021, 20th May 2021. That's the time where my son came to visit me. They're using him. All along. I'd also required to correct the facts to the data held about myself as soon as possible, to enable your agents to answer the above questions conditions with the appropriate time of 30 days. I have an unalienable right to protect my health, care, daily life, confirm our factual fact of 2018, the data held on Care First data records, computer systems that is, and the point that I reject the offer of payment of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Limited is in my full affidavit rebuttal to their agents dated Friday the 19th of March 2021 and was delivered Monday in Time Special Reporter Post 22nd of March 2021. This is showing the statute law documents a reason for this, and this is not taken any notice of by their agents' claim, to whom made back of, as I said again, May, June 2019, 2020, 2021, because unlawful mismanagement has been since the year 2008, 2015, all the facts are clear, without ill will, with regards to prejudice by and who I am as the agent and beneficiary settler for the uppercase letters of the trust estate, ECC 1-08, ECC 1-341, all natural rights reserved, non-consumpt, that's Latin, without recourse, without UK. So, and it doesn't matter, by the way, I've done all this because I've got all the old paperwork of years of history, and I found out why I can't take the payment. I can't really answer that, Tanya. I really can't answer that because there's the times we're living in. Yes, they're all sick. I had to put my earphones on to drown out all this stuff, you know. It's all scare, fear mongering. It's good to know your lawful rights. doesn't matter what I do. I have to watch the energy of screen share with the group of people. Put some relaxing music on, chilling out, trying to. It's a demonic world we're living in. I'm just gonna make to see how much credit I've got on this phone. Just for a moment. I'm very tired. I'm back, Tanya. Well, my nerves are very tired. I'm not saying nerves are aching up now. What that was. Yeah, very much so. It's evil. Yeah. I don't know. Well, the time they did, they put the perps, i.e. demons, in the souls of a man. Put bugs on the outside of my flat door, and I saw 3 a.m. today because I was still awake, and it's a police informer. I know he's doing it. So my body, like a spell, the nerves on the lower part of the body. We're banging the doors again, we're putting earphones in, we're kicking in the door. The main entrance is sleep area. I'll be back now. demonic in this program. The world is so changed. It's like you're under surveillance 24 hours a day. My muscles are absolutely aching. So this is beyond a lot of BS that goes on in the world. The Rockefeller Foundation. Demonic world we're living in. It's about forgiveness. How do you forgive?
Start selling online with Shopify, the e-commerce platform that's trusted by over... Praise the Lord. Thank you for coming today. Hallelujah. We got a little breather from the hot wind. So just be prepared for some water. And we're going to just ask Brother Matthew to open us up in prayer. Lord, we sincerely appreciate your family in Christ Jesus, Lord God. Something that we take for granted, Lord God. If we do take for granted, Lord, we just ask you that you humble us, Lord God, and you allow our eyes to be open, Lord God, and our ears to hear what it is that you've been given, Lord God, in a ministry where each person is knowing each other's names, Lord God. Ministry where we're nothing but a church, Lord God, shaking hands and leaving after the hour and half is gone by, Lord God. We just ask you, Lord, during this time, Lord, of baptisms and church service, Lord God, that you would bind us together further in unity, Lord God. No weaknesses will be known by all, Lord God. No strengths will be known by all, Lord God.
The weather and skies in Florida. This was a YouTube channel and a website, Christ Forgiveness. And they're doing a tour. And the skies are just really demonic in South Florida. Okay, this in the background. What's the time for you over there, Tanya? Stop chat. I'm just going to look at seeing where the cameras. 22. Your area, Tanya, in Australia looks really nice. It's not great what they're doing, is it? There's attacks on Christians. So an hour ago, USA, athlete, is it what clash with far right protesters? Oh, there's all this unrest everywhere, isn't there? Sand dunes on fire now in a Welsh beach. Wales never has wildfires. Oh, come on, independent news, UK. Oh, come on, what are you doing now? Foreign heat. Oh my gosh, I have never heard of this. In all my entire life living in England, you never have. Somebody could easily set a bloody a mini fire camping, okay? And this is don't they love their numbers, Illuminati, Freemasonry, and control the mainstream narrative? See what anyone's made in the comments, because I could tell this story is just whatever they want to make it up. Sand dunes in a Welsh seaside resort caught fire yesterday afternoon, leaving holidaymakers shocked. That's what it claims, right? Firefighters raced to fight the flames after sand dunes set alight in the mid of Broth and the part of the golf course. On a private land, this is golf course. They've got to protect the golf course, haven't they? The cause of the fire is unclear. Of course it's set up. An extreme heat wave. Hold on, there hasn't been extreme heat wave. I mean, yesterday, right? Oh, good gracious me. They have to really. Let's see what people's comments are. Oh, it's very good. People are very smart. They're waking up to this. What a bunch of ignorant journalists who have to tolerate you cannot tell the difference between a scrub, shrub, small bit of piece of weed or something on the sand. Science 101 scrub is that green patchy stuff. That sand is what's between your ears. A commenter on their channel was funny. This and Prince Andrew is just part of the great distraction before the next lockdown. True. In England. Depopulation program. See, these are people's comments. They're just ordinary people. I assume. Unless EATers is fully underway. I can't repeat that comment for certain reasons on this channel. As people start. Yeah, I really can't read that out. I can't wait till the Australians wake up and see this footage of the devastating fire. Oh my goodness, I need to laugh. What a bunch of capitalism. This is not my comments, this is what I'm reading. Oh, let me share this. Screen share it. This is so funny. This is just what, not just UK media, is it? But this is just another way of doing things. Oh. This is the spiritual war, no matter what about things me personally, but this is worldwide. Okay, I assume I'm screen sharing this. And then the burn scabs of capitalism. Camera gets there before the fire engine. Oh my gosh, I've got to really check this on screen sharing. Where's my bloody phone? I don't know what's going on. I'm half asleep. I'm tired. Oh my goodness me. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Tanya. It's not good anyway. Yeah, Tanya. It's not good anyway. I'm screen sharing this. Do it. And then what else? Hold on, just to make this feedback. Do it. That monitoring not really true. What else? Looks no big deal. What heat wave? Exactly. We haven't got a heat wave. Your garden won't. This is the article. I found it. Right. This is what it claims. This is what the mainstream media portrays. Am I sharing this? And then just made this feedback. Got feedback. What else? Looks no big deal. Okay, so what he what you just can't make it up, can you? The real serious stuff. Now, because they're pushing this as a climate emergency report, Chinese, US, and what else? The mainstream media. Do they have something? UN agenda. I've got this document that shows this. Climate emergency report. UK BBC News. Just today's date. Let's see if you got this. Wow. How? No one's going to do anything. We couldn't even deal with the. Oh my gosh. There's only one way out of this. Developed nations move towards a green energy as fast as possible. Removing privately owned patents on new energy technologies. They've already got things in plan what they're doing. No reason to blame any country. The planet is ours. We should all work together. True. Meant to. So to cut long story short, we're screwed. Oh my god. Oh, with 1/4 of the Chinese population, the US annually stays the second largest polluter. Gee, what a leader. Oh my gosh. China and India are among the biggest, you know, for use of energy. Really? Emissions. So let me show you. The global agenda. It's always been here for this. Let me go back a bit. Agenda 2030. Okay. And it's always been here. The policy brief on climate change. I can't speak now. Look at this. 2015 article, United Nations Trade and Development. And there's a document that goes into the post-2015 development agenda. It's critical the international community seeks a framework that will help communities deliver the agenda. Yeah, they've had all this smart, like you said, Tanya, in your area, smart cities, smart city agenda, demonic. It's not all for the public. Some it's to save nature. Of course, you want to do that, but look at the bloody 5G and the technology, what it's killing off the nature. That's the real agenda. And this is a document how a global, look at the word, a global partnership. Okay. Yeah. Contact details in division. The United Nations in America, a global level economic. It's all about business and finance and profits. The big corporations are going to take over all the land. Look at the history. It's just one document. Right. Let's go to the top of the screen. With regard to climate change policies post-2020, action under the United Nations Convention on Climate Change is expected to be finalised at I'm telling the truth. Development. The new international economic order, age of transitions, was discussed in the 1970s. It's nothing new. The Club of Rome, 1972 publications, limits to growth. Wikipedia. You don't find this out. There's a comment. who the author is, published 1972, report of the economic and population growth with the supply of resources. Okay, studied by computer simulated. Commissioned by the Club of Rome. Who are the Club of Rome? Shall we have a look? Club of Rome was founded in 1968 in Rome, Italy. Consists of 100 full members selected from current and former heads of state and government, high-level politicians, public servants, diplomats, the elites, economics, business from around the globe. Situated considerably public attention in 1972 with the first report, and it goes to formulation. Okay, so then it goes on the 1st of July 2008, the organisation being based out of Switzerland. That's the logo. So it was founded by this individual. So who was he? Italian industrialist, best known as co-founder of Alexander King, the first president of Club of Rome, an organisation which attracted considerable public attention in 1972 due to the report. He was born in 1908 in Italy. Let's have a look. He got a degree in economics in the 1930s. He got a free trip to the Soviet Union. His knowledge of other languages. Although under suspicion of an anti-fascist in the 1930s. A mission for flat in China, established position in flat management, whatever that means. During World War II, he joined the anti-fascist movement and resistance, and he was a member of another group. He was arrested, imprisoned and tortured. He escaped to hide until liberation. Business ventures after the war. He engaged in rebuilding of flat. Now, what is flat? Does it say? Flat SPA. Italian automobile factory, a holding company, originally activities in the motor car industry, was succeeded by another company. So it's always been in business. It goes into that history of the company. That's what that is. That's what he went to Latin America for that company to restart their operations there. And he settled in Argentina, where he was to live for a decade with his family. He realised that it would make sense to start manufacturing locally and set up the Argentinian sub of the company called Privte, which built cars and tractors. He rapidly became one of the most successful companies in Latin America. In 1958, to the backing of the company, founded a joint venture in Italy company car company became chairman, position held until the 1970s, where he became the president, and was an engineering economic consulting group for developing countries. Oh wow. In 1964, he was asked to become president of another company facing significant difficulties office machine sector. Just trying to get some background. What else? Okay, so then he went on to join an international group of bankers aimed at supporting industrialization in Latin America. He was asked to give a speech in Spanish at the group's meeting in '65, where the series of meetings leading to the creation of Club Rome began, and he's behind it. And it caught the attention of then the USA Secretary of State, and then a sovereign representative of Russia annual meeting, and then of the United Nations, which was advisory committee, guess what? Science and technology. It's another individual. And he went to Moscow. These people are behind pushing this climate change agendas a long time ago. Long time. And I was only younger at the time. So yes, it goes into 68 report and 30 European economists and scientists. The goal of the meeting was to discuss areas of the globality of problems facing mankind. So they're the experts, were they then? And the necessary of acting at the global level. And participants focus on a distant future, so they could see with a crystal ball could they into the future. After the meeting, there was an informal gathering of people in this guy's home. So that's what it was set up. It's nothing new, this pushing the climate change. It was engineered by these people. And then you got the Massachusetts Institute of Technology involved. So implications to control growth in population, agriculture production, industry, and that's what the Club Rome was established for. And that's where the 1972 books comes in, and the document. That's when the creation of the International Institute of Applied Systems Analysts, climate here and producing important studies, fields, climate change, energy and agriculture. There you go. And they call it global warming. All those years ago. The greenhouse gases and emissions. Earth is naturally going through cycles 100 years. And they've got another World Fire Fund, Who's heard of that? World Fire Fund becoming a member of International Board. What the heck is it? My goodness. What keep This all they're hacked into everything again. Oh look. Oh, I recognise this. Oh, look who's Prince Philip. Prince Duke of Edinburgh. Oh, look behind it. World Wildlife Fund for Nature. Isn't this Agenda 2030? You got the World Bank. Shall we have a look at the World Bank? Oh, it's building in Washington. 1944, the history, was it? Who's behind this? Anything farther than that? International financial institution that powers loans and grants to governments of low and middle income countries. Institutions and let's have a look. The history, let's have a look. 1944, the early years, slow start. There's who's behind it, let's have a look. A Marshall Plan went into effect 1947. European countries began receiving aid from other sources faced for this. So who's behind it? So he got an International Development Association at the time. Harry Dexter White gaslighting. It's coming in the back door now. 2:30. So right, let's have a look at if there's any they like riding the bikes up and down outside. I like watching weather, nature weather cams. You know, beautiful nature that is still about. demonic entities on this earth. What? They packed into my computer. What? I didn't get your message. What? They packed into Tanya, if you can hear me. They've been hacking into the computer again. Right. If you can read that, you said about Tanya. I said your email. Two, three. I sent you an email, Tanya. How's that be? I just incline. It's demonic. Shocking to see if I can read. Yeah, they took you up as a moderator too, Tanya. Trying to get your comments back. Right, yeah, I've been hacked. How do I show? Alright. I'm trying to show message. See that show up. See what it looks like. Your comments show up on this application. I'm going to show you how they hacked into this channel. Here you go. Right. So you've got your mod right back. See on the side. For the record, I did not delete Tanya's comments. As you can see, Tanya, if you check back. Beautiful quiet. Maybe pictures of the birds if you can still hear me, Tanya. Hope you get some rest. I don't know what time it is for you over there. Meetings watching, you can go and do more. With the Lord our Saviour Jesus Christ, He's the protector. Those that are going through so much in this world. There you go, child playbox. Right, let's see if we can see a webcam. Let's have a look. Wow, looks really great. Got the weather. This is see anything. This is right horrible. Okay. This is London. Of course, down in Wales, they've got to change. This one, South Wales. not going to show that. That's the juicy eyes, guys. I noticed this one you can play, which is a sunrise. It's a lot of sort of like hazy. Everybody can't away guitar and politics to lots of the jobs, you know, etc. There are different work camps in different parts of the world, which I found interesting. We've got Sydney Harbour. Okay, this is England, the beaches area. Let's see what their skies look like. Things. Make sure it's warm to get sunbathers out. Wow, thank you. That was a military plane. A fast jet. We never get military planes ever in England flying over so low. Look how the wind. Never get a military plane flying over so low in this part of England. The airfield either. The airfield's over 34 miles away. Look at all the beaches and the skies. They control the weather with geoengineering, and they got the cameras on bottom. The AI zoom lens cameras, all enjoying the holidays. They're going to have a shock if they don't know already of the economic climate. Forking out for all these lots of holidays and stuff. And they're soon part of the military and food shortages for effects capture interest. the thread.